That was Chung Young Lee you just saw a second ago there, former Premier League player with experience at Crystal Palace and Bolton Wanderers. We will speak more about the teams in just a second as all the players do arrive here on the pitch. We'll have quite the welcome, I'm sure, in South Africa as they watch on in the late hours, as we said, approaching midnight for kickoff. Hopefully, we'll have our first in Group F as we are underway. It is the Tigers versus the Brazilians, as they call themselves, in that famous yellow striped kit that they play. There could be an early doors, in fact, as it goes all the way across. Arthur Salles, he cries out for a handball there.
What a bright start that was from Sundowns. Ulsan giving the ball away from the kickoff, and in truth they should be 1-0 down. They're asking for a penalty claim, but the defender, as you can see in the slow motion, has got his arm down by his side. So correct decision from Lemon Turpan, not giving the penalty. It was worth an ask.
Well, the captain on the side there, Kim Young-won, played every single league game this year with a really important block. Clearly said, he just hit my shoulder there.
Well, there might be an indication of Ulsan not preparing for the start of the game.
What an electric start it has been. Lucas Ribeiro, into the box it goes.
Of Wong Sang, number 11. It's almost like he's either at right back or as a wing back, so I'll keep an eye on that one.
Offside is Ikman Reyners. Well, you can hear the famous Sawanda faithful that are in their numbers here in Orlando, making some noise. The weather hasn't stopped their support.
Yeah, maybe it was because the Sundowns started really well, that Sung Sang was in a really defensive position, but now he's on the ball.
What a ball that one could be through. Are we in for an early start here? Shot comes in, and it's a deflection that goes over the bar. It's their top goal scorer, Eric.
Well, the game's a couple of minutes old, and it could easily have been 1-1, because this is a real chance. Fantastic ball into his stride. Yeah, he's on the stretch, but he should at least hit the target.
Won Sang there, putting on a plate for Eric. If there was going to be someone that was going to open up the account in the FIFA Club World Cup for Ulsan, it was going to be him. And it looks like it's going to be Pjanic to hit this one.
Yeah, I think he might fancy this.
Let's see what we can do from this far out. Pjanic over the wall and over the bar. Lunga gets caught off guard, and here comes another chance for Ulsan. It's Eric finding Kosim Bo, goes all the way across, and it's not really a shot, it's more of a pass in the end from Ronwen Williams.
Well, I think there's the dynamic between the two sides when the Sundowns have got all of possession. Make sure they give Eric good service, because he's a little bit isolated up there, got to find his feet.
Whoa!
Wild. Wonder if that might have a bearing on the second half. Average age of this Ulsan team.
Corner comes in, it goes all the way across. But does it go in? Goal stands. And it looks like it was Ikman Reyners that got the final touch of that one. And it came from just this corner here. It's off the knee of Ikram Williams. He didn't know much about it. Even the Joey flaps and it tries to stop him. But it's the South African champions that lead here first in Orlando, Florida. It might not be the prettiest of goals, but they won't care. As it stands, they're top of the group. And that's the first goal we've seen in Group F.
Review. Number 13, Mamelodi, scored the goal with contact with the hand. Final decisions.
Handball.
Direct free kick.
Wow, goal doesn't stand. It's via Kosim Bon. He goes all the way across to the opposite flank now with Won Sang. He goes for a cutback. And he was offside.
Very interesting game.
That was a late tackle, but didn't make any connection. That ball goes forward, and it will be a throw-in.
Well, I think that's the next passage of play from the Sundowns, is trying to get Lucas Ribeiro, Nicron Reyners some chances. Try and find your front men. Otto Sellers has got a trick. Try and get these boys at the top end of the pitch some service. Feels like they've got the territory in the game, Mamelodi Sundowns.
Well, what we're seeing every time here is McQuarrie drops into the back two to make a sort of three-man back line that allows him to keep possession. Ayendi's on his own in there, then it needs a number 10 to drop in. There's three of them on the pitch. Lucas Ribeiro, I know he's their star man, their top goal scorer, but he's really struggled on to get into this one and to get ticking.
Well, I think that's where you'd credit Ulsan, because they're narrow and they're compact.
Here he is now. Arthur Salles finds the ball to a fellow Brazilian. Here's Reyners. And that time, it will stand. But Famba Bastille have arrived in Orlando, Florida. And they have finally found their opening goal at the FIFA Club World Cup.
Well, that is a finish. That is a striker's finish, because he only took, I think, 2 touches to finish it off. All about the ball that was played through towards him. He's a mile onside. Now it's 1 touch to set yourself. 2nd touch, maybe a toe poke, or maybe with the outside the right foot. Brilliant number 9's goal.
Since his blockbuster event against Mike Tyson, facing off against former WBC middleweight Julio Cesar Chavez, as there could be a second here for Mamelodi Sundowns. Ikram Raiders, he's offside, it won't stand.
Let's have a look when he was offside. Did he go a fraction early? Just. Probably
it's a
that
tight call, isn't it?
Yeah. By the naked eye, he looks just off. What a great finish, though. Well, again,
40 minutes of his first appearance at the FIFA Club World Cup.
Well, the first one, rightly so, he couldn't have scored because it was handball, and that one there is a classic example of modern-day football where you cannot cheat the system anymore. So if you're a number 9, you've got to make sure you put the brakes on and you stay onside. Yeah, he's a little bit unlucky, but give yourself an extra half a yard.
Sang done very well there to recover that for his teammate. They do keep possession in the...
He's unmarked. If he looks to his left-hand side, he's in.
Well, Lucas Ribeiro also stands over this one too. It looks like potentially something off the training ground. Or is it a direct shot? It is! Stings the hands of Joe.
Buena from distance. Wrapped his right foot right around that.
And that's the perfect view of it. Well, it's another corner this time. Keep your arms down.
Well, keep an eye on number 5. Does he do his job at that near post?
Corner this time played short. Then whipped in towards the box as... And Lacava comes on, and straight away from this corner. Let's see what he can do. That's going to fall back kindly. But the finish isn't. For a top goal scorer that we haven't really been able to watch before, Don, you come into a tournament and expect him to be a bit more selfish. Here's Ulsan, big save, and cleared away just about the Sundowns' career. The chance came in there. That was the original opportunity for the Venezuelan winger, Lacava, to make the most of it.
Yeah, it's a great save from Williams, first and foremost. Ron Williams with a save, and then Capito stumbled for a second or two for a corner.
I think manager there, Kim Pangon, thought he scored. Corner whipped in. Again, whipped in. And flicked on by
about 75, 76 minutes. Oh, that's late.
Referee plays on though for this chance for Ulsan. Lakava into the Vixen, and it's
Yellow card
cleared
coming.
out for a corner. McQuarrie gets a yellow card there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a late tackle. It was a tired tackle. He went all in to try and win the ball. There was no malice in the tackle. Just half a yard short.
Well, it's an unnecessary yellow card there for him of diving into this tackle. Referee played on though, which was great. And from that, Ulsan HD have been able to win themselves a corner. In comes another corner. That one goes all the way across. Lakava looks to get the shot in the Vixen. They're all in there. Still the Vixen diving to ground. Wants a penalty. The referee just points for a goal kick.
Yeah, they just couldn't scramble it over the line. You just hope when the ball's ricocheting in that 18-yard box, you just hoping, from an Ulsan point of view, it's going to fall to a blue shirt.
You can't fault the work rate from the Swede. There was never a chance. Unfortunately, that was going to be a penalty. Hunt for more. Matthews! His best chance is out of the game so far.
And it's half a chance. Just because he knocked that out of his stride, it just meant as though he was on the...
A 12th chance of the game. You wouldn't believe out of the 12 shots they've had so far in this one, Sundowns have only had 2 shots on target. Crazy part is, Don, for all the efforts that Mamelodi Sundowns have had, it just takes one moment of a lapse of concentration from Sundowns and
no need to chase a second.
Full-time result. The South African champions have already inserted their dominance here in Orlando, Florida.